Hi guys, this is Indranil. Welcome back to our YouTube channel Webskitters Academy. Hopefully you are enjoying the video, this series, and if you missed the previous videos, please hit the I button and go through the old videos, previous videos, because it is a continuation of the old video. Today we'll see that how the system can be hacked using the Eternal Blue exploit. So again, one of the most prominent students, Sampat Banerjee, will prove and will show it and will give you the live demonstration of it.
So today we'll exploit bug which is known as Eternal Blue. Well, Eternal Blue, this whole segment will be of two parts. At first part we'll recon it using Nmap, and after that we'll gain access to it. And in the second part we'll see how that gained access, which is of a low privilege, how we can escalate those privileges to a higher privileged shell, interpreter shell. And after that we'll find out different flags hidden throughout the machine. Which machine? The blue machine, which is being hosted by the TryHackMe server. Well, TryHackMe is a very renowned site which hosts a lot of machines which are vulnerability filled for us to try hacking, and in the whole process we learn a lot amount of things. So in the blue machine we'll see that how we can gain access to the machine by exploiting the renowned Eternal Blue exploit, and how hackers used to do it. Now it's basically kind of impossible now, because it is still present in Windows 8, but nowadays no one uses Windows 8. So, and it was very predominant in the Windows XP era, and if someone hasn't updated their Windows 7 or Windows 8 machine, they are still vulnerable to it. And we'll see that how easily the hackers used to exploit this bug and get all the details, get complete remote code execution from the victim. So over here I have done the Nmap scan for you guys for the faster learning, because the Nmap scan is a lot of amount of time, and this vulnerability scan which I have included over here, this script vuln, it takes more time than the normal Nmap scan. And if anyone has done the Nmap scans ever, so you'll know that how much time it takes to scan any IP address or any machine over internet. So that's why I have done the scanning beforehand for ease of access, and we'll go through this scan very thoroughly. So we need to know every little details of it, and how we can know that which vulnerabilities and exploits is there in the victim's machine. So this Nmap is the machine blue, which is hosted by the TryHack, which I've said before. So over here we can see I've gone to the blue room of the TryHackMe and started the machine. We can see the active machine information over here. So the IP address is 10.10.159.96. So when I did the Nmap scan before, the IP address of it was 10.10.12.166. So it's different, but you know that which IP address we need to give for the Nmap scan. And also we need to know that we cannot access this IP address over the internet without anything. We need to gain access to this IP address, this Eternal Blue IP address, which is hosted by the TryHackMe, or any machine that TryHackMe hosts. We need to gain access to it via using their OpenVPN configuration. So over here we can see that I have connected to the OpenVPN of the TryHackMe. This is the VPN IP of mine, 10.40.23.94, and over here if you scroll up, you can see in the site also we can see that which is the IP address of our VPN is. To start this VPN, we need to download the configuration file from the access page of the TryHackMe. You can get to it by using the access page over here and click on configuration file, and after that you need to sudo OpenVPN. It is present in every Kali machine. OpenVPN is present always, and we need to execute the file. For me it's omnidor.ovpn. It always starts with OVPN. So you can get access to the VPN server by executing this command, and over here we can see initialization sequence completed, and over here we can see the VPN IP showing, which means that we have connected to the VPN of the TriTac, and we can scan and exploit machines hosted through TriTac page. So now we know this, that which machine we are scanning. So over here we can see the first 4 ports over here. This Microsoft Windows RPC, NetBIOS, Microsoft Terminal Service, and over here we can see that the RDP vuln MS12020 is present over here, which means that remote desktop protocol denial of service vulnerability is present. We can also see the CVE number, we can see the risk factor, which is medium over here. So we are getting all these vulnerable details because we have used the script vuln scan. So after this we can over here we can see that a lot of Microsoft Windows RPC ports are open. Over here we can see the MAC address, and over here we can see the host script result, and we can identify that SMB vuln MS17010 is present in this machine. It is infecting this machine. So you might ask, what is SMB vuln MS17010? Well, this is the infamous Eternal Blue or Eternal Romance exploit. SMB vuln MS17010 is a bug through which the SMB protocol can be manipulated to gain access to the system. We can get remote code execution by exploiting the SMB or the server message block of the Windows system. So over here you can see the vulnerable what is written, and over here you can see remote code execution vulnerability in Microsoft SMB v1 server MS17010. A critical remote code execution vulnerability exists in Microsoft SMB version 1. So now we know that our system or the machine, the victim's machine, is infected with the SMB MS17010. So after that, after the scan is completed and we get all this information, we'll just fire up MSF console, our Metasploit, and over here we'll search for Eternal Blue. Well, over here we can see that there are a few exploits, there are a few auxiliary. So we are not focusing on the auxiliary right now, and we are focusing on the exploits one. And in the exploit we can see there are 2 exploits, starting with Eternal Blue and there is one Eternal Romance. Both are in description of MS17010. Well, MS17010 didn't give birth to only one exploit. It also gave birth to another one, which is known as Eternal Romance. It basically creates an error in read and write block of the Windows, and it also gives remote code execution. But in the PAC-XCC, we need a named pipe through which we can exploit the vulnerability. So what is named pipe and how we can find it out using Metasploit? You can search it through over Google. We are only focusing on the Eternal Blue as this is our exercise right now. So over here we will just use 0, which is the first one, MS17010 Eternal Blue pool corruption, Windows kernel pool corruption. So we'll just use this. So over here we can see no payload configured, defaulting to Windows 64 meter-preter reverse TCP. So they are giving us a default of meter-preter shell, but we don't want meter-preter shell currently. Obviously getting a meter-preter shell is the most desired state of hacking, but we want a very basic shell with limited privileges, so that in the next part of the video we can also learn that how we can escalate those privileges and gain per user rights. So for that sake, the TryHackMe also recommends us to use this payload only, which is Windows 64 shell reverse TCP, which means it will give only a shell to us. It won't give us a meter-preter shell, it won't give us privileged access. it will just give us command prompt shell. So we'll just copy it, paste it over here, press enter. We'll set our hosts. The our host will obviously be this IP address, machine's IP address. And as we have used a reverse TCP, if you remember from the previous videos, for reverse TCP exploits, we also need to provide lhost, because we are listening to this whole, we need to set up a listener basically. So we'll provide an lhost. For that we'll just go to IPA and check this turn 0. TUN0 means terminal 0, and this is your VPN IP address or machine's VPN's IP address, and 10.14.23.94 is the IP address we need to set up as listener, because we need to understand that the IP address which is interacting with the TryHackMe's machine's IP address is the one which is going through the VPN. So we need to use the VPN's IP address over here. So after we do this, so we have set payload, we have set R hosts, we have set L hosts. We'll check options to be sure that we have given it everything exactly. So over here we can see that I have made a small spelling mistake in the L hosts part. So instead of L host, it will be L host only, and we'll put it over here. Check options again, and we have the L host set up to 10.14.23.94 and R host to 10.10.159.96, which is over here. So we are good to go. So we'll just type exploit and hit enter and see if it happens or not. So over here we can see that command shell session 1 has opened, and over here we can also see that Metasploit is pretty excited that we have completed the Eternal Blue exploit, and it is giving us a win design banner. So we can over here see we're getting a C Windows System 32 shell, which is a pretty good privileged shell, but we'll also gain access. We'll gain more access, more privileges through this also. So we'll see that later. But for now, we have seen that we have successfully exploited the Eternal Blue exploit, the MS17010 bug. We have exploited it using the Eternal Blue exploit, and we have gained shell. Over here we can see sysinfo. Sorry, sysinfo doesn't work over here. So you can give ifconfig. So yeah, ipconfig works because this is a Windows system. So over here we can see the IP address of the machine also. So this means that we have gained access to this. Well, sysinfo didn't work because we don't have the meter shell right now, and we need to get all sort amount of information through this. If you remember the video we did on Bad Blue, after the Bad Blue exploit, we migrated the process using migrate command in the meter, and after that we gained all source of information from the Windows machine, the victim's machine. So for that to happen, we need to have a escalated privileged shell or the meter shell, and in the next video we'll see that how we can gain those privileges. And after that we'll find out flags, different flags which is being scattered all throughout the machine. The TryHackMe has done that. and it will give us the kind of a bug bounty look. So in the next video we'll do that. So bye.
Hopefully you have liked the video. If you like our video, please hit the like button, share with your friends and family, and get the latest notification on cybersecurity and ethical hacking. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe our channel, and hit the bell button to get the latest notifications on ethical hacking and cybersecurity. Thanks for watching.